Well, after a short pause for me, welcome back. We're going to finish up the little event, and then we have actual plot stuff instead of me getting distracted some more. As much as being distracted is fun, it doesn't help us progress. Oh, it's a little axolotl. Aren't you adorable? Oh. It's like an astrologian over there. And we'll come down over here where the last spot is. Run right past it. And let's see who comes to visit. Now, oddly enough, where some of the stuff tends to jump from place to place, or is even in all three places at once, this event tends to only be in Limsa. It's the armorsmith and the blacksmith guild leaders. Oh, and Merlwib, the leader of the admiral of the city. Advent cakes are said to bring one good fortune. I cannot well imagine good fortune would favor those unwilling to make the effort to personally receive it. Sentiment which we could relate. And God knows we crafting folk are a superstitious lot. Marshall will have a thing or two to say afterwards, but it's worth it. You cannot see my surprise, it's hidden. So many emojis. We'll go back and talk to Mr. Mochi. Oh, looks like a dragoon. It says that the Uchi is the embodiment of honest and hard work, qualities which I see are shared by adventurers. No doubt. There we go. And the event is now complete. As you can see, I still have a couple of quests from when I was doing other things, but they can wait. We're going to go down to the Fisherman's Guild now. So that's where the ship skipper is. go to Costa del Sol later. Right now is Aleport. And it's time to head up for... I'm not worried about the levs of Aleport. There's a combat quest for that. I have other plans right now. Oh, isn't that an adorable puppy? Little wolf pup. We will pet the puppy. And this right here is the House of the Novice. Which is where I had been intending to go before. Novice and bloodthirsty. No matter what the epic tales would have you believe, strolling into such a den of savagery alone would be the height of foolishness. You shall need training here at the Hall of Novice to provide. I strongly suggest you study the fundamental of group combat before continuing on your mission. Now the smiths are in all three areas. But only this place has the House of the Novice. So we have Master of Shields for tank, Master of Arms, DPS, Master of Magics for healer. Check the visitor's log. Yeah. So if we talk to him, ancient ruins, echoed caverns, and all manner of deadly places lie hidden across the realm, and these are best conquered by the company of trustworthy allies, and such advice holds true for many a formidable foe. How one fights in a party, however, is drastically different from how one fights alone, and thus did we construct the Hall of the Novice, where we endeavor to prepare you for these differences. Got burgeoning heroes a bevy of training exercises. Step in the flames, my friend, and forge the skills that you need for the morrow. So these first ones don't actually need anybody else. Remix of an old battle cry. I'm ready. Got tank type in some very, very blue armor. We got a mage over there in very blue, light blue and brown gear. Oh. And out we go. Out we go. There we are. So we have learned to dodge. Mr. Piccolo would be proud. That's what I was talking about. They give you some decent gear, but it's level 15 gear, which I have long since outgrown. I'm the sharp end of the spear. Roll is to inflict as much damage as possible while keeping my skin intact. Yes, that does tend to help. As such, you cannot just attack whichever enemy you please. If you strike a foe other than one controlled by your ally, then the risk becomes the target of deadly aggression. Yes, I don't want things to kill me. Oh, I will hold the enemy's attention. It's my job to take the foe down. As you can see, my level has been reduced to 15 here, so I don't have access to Fire 2. And my allies are in red. This is kind of a safe way to learn the basics of what you're going to be doing, kind of get your rotations. Kind of let you figure out how you're going to do it in a controlled manner that doesn't have you risking getting your face bitten off. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm not a huge fan of having my face bitten off. Remember, the real prize is the lessons you've learned. Got some boots. Let's begin. Defeating an occupied target. Key to victory is coordination with comrades. Each full of all the Swift are under a focused assault. Work with your allies to defeat the enemy, and we can move on to the next training exercise. Alright. So it's the three of us versus the three of them. Alright. So now we're going over to the Fist Fighter. And then the Marauder. Do 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 do. Yeah, we don't need to test my armor. Avoid engaged targets. See what he has to say. Okay. Yep. Yeah, plan our strikes around fancy footwork. Alright. Gave the axe wielder, but keep it. Alright, so our job is to deal with him, but not get smacked. Oh, he's got a big hit. Ooh. That would have been painful if I'd stayed there. Ooh. Should be just about down. There we go. Breaking off attacks is... Though it sometimes be a frustrating dance, it's better to dodge than to be sprawled in the dust. Got the legs. There should be one more. We'll commence. This briefing teach you how to deal with enemy reinforcements. Sudden arrivals will eliminate the weakest comrades, so you must be quick to eliminate them. Now, usually what they'll do is they'll target whoever is closest. But one of the problems is that healing actually creates threat. So a lot of times they'll come in and they'll see somebody and then they'll immediately go for the healer, which can be a problem. Alright, there's the new enemy. As you can see, the healer's doing a pretty good job of keeping us up, which is nice. Okay. Doop. Tossing a scathe in there. Now it's time for the big damage. There we go. Nothing there. But there should be one more exercise. Learn to manipulate the battlefield. Enemies will pour forth from the rear gate. New foes will continue to flood in whilst this portal remains open. Must operate the lever that closes the gate, or your party will be overwhelmed. Oh yeah. I don't actually see this mechanic too often. go. Oh, here. Little training guy over there. Get rid of him before he kills the healer. We get a heal while he's waiting for... while the other guy is doing okay. And there's the robe. It's not a bad looking robe. I just kind of wish we could recolor it. But minor complaints. Anything else? Yep. Final exercise. Okay. We'll put all of our practice together here. So we've got both of those guys in red. There's me being... got the dodo over there already doing his special attack. I do like the view out here. And there's the airport right over there. Took us out into the terrain. Oh. In this case, I'm going to do one of these little numbers. If it'll let me. Shit. No damage. There we go. It was worth it. I'm glad you're having fun over there with that dodo. Now, usually what will happen in most dungeons, and you'll see it soon enough, is that the tank will actually try to pick up as many of those extra characters, extra enemies as possible. That way I can use those area of effect spells without much of a worry. Oh shit. Wrong enemy. Okay. Now that we've gotten rid of some of those extra ones, I'm not as worried. We can get out of the way though. And then we have the giant Gobu. Oh no! Oop, dude. Out of the way of that. I enjoy the battles in here, mostly because they're not... It's not something that I can just shut my mind off. Most battles in this game are fairly dynamic. Yeah. Exciting for when you're playing, but at the same time it makes it fairly difficult to talk while you're doing this. Unless I just talk about weird random things that might pop into my head as I'm battling. Like, when did you come over to Final Fantasy from Chrono Trigger? And why do you look so much uglier than in Chrono Trigger? Oh, the brand new ring. I was wondering when I'd get that. The brand new ring is actually pretty useful, as up until level 30, you get an extra 30%. I really can't. I can't take myself seriously with that hat. And why do I have weird little spectacles when I get this hat? Oh my god. Nope. 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 We're taking that off. So what I did is I can actually hide the... I hid my headwear. You can choose to do that. I can also choose to just hide the weapon when it's not in use. It's not a big thing, but it's very, very useful for if you don't like the look of something and you don't have something that you want to replace it with. Looking over pirate activity. Passing in and out of men of questionable quality. Those are the fancying serpent reavers. Kidnappings are still fresh in people's mind. Your task is to poke around in the caves, find out exactly who we're dealing with, and when you do that, I'll keep watching out here, praying that you don't spot any blue face tattoos. I can now enter Sastasha. Instance raids. Okay. So we're going to go to Duty Finder. We'll check Sastasha and join. Now, depending on your role and what time it is and everything, this can take a little while. So at least for right now, I'm going to say goodbye.